All right, shalom, shalom. Just give me a second, making sure the audio is good, and then we will start this lesson through the Spirit. Second. All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, baha, rawchaa, qadash. I would like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of great millstone that do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect and the 1/3, pushing us 100% truth across the four winds so we can see the elect and make it to the kingdom. All right, I want to do a lesson all through the spirit and power of Yahawah, which this lesson was inspired through us at last camp this Saturday. And as you read, the title says, we have faith backed by biblical evidence, okay? And, you know, I emphasized on the faith first and foremost, okay? I emphasized on the faith first and foremost, which we're going to grab two scriptures real quick, okay? Because we believe through faith, all right, one, that there is a higher power, which the world calls God, followed by his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And we have faith that those names are Yahawah, Yahawashi, okay, Yahawah being the Father, and Yahawashi being the Son, okay? And then we have faith that what we read and believe in this Bible, okay, pertains to us. That's why I said we have faith backed by biblical evidence, because I'm going to go into biblical evidence today, but I wanted to emphasize the importance of that faith. You see, everything's got to be mixed with faith. This is Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him, speaking about the Most High. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. You see, so this thing, at the end of the day, you have to understand that it's all going to be about faith. All right. You have a lot of people that will come against the 12 tribes chart. You have a lot of people that actually just come against our whole entire doctrine as well. Okay. And you have to understand that at the end of the day, it's all going to be about faith. But within your faith, in your walk, in your readings, in your due diligence, you'll find more evidence to back up your faith. And that evidence can also be found where? Right in the Bible. Because you have other books that are used. I'm already thinking ahead, like Timbuktu. You got something like Nature Knows No Color Line. What else you got? You got the 13th tribe. You got what else is out there? You got the Josephus. What other books is out there? There's some other books that's on the tip of my tongue that I can't think of right now. But my point is, there's many books, Antiquity of the Jews. There's many books out there as well that can be used to solidify, the statements or claims that we're making. All right. But first and foremost, we have the Bible. Okay. The Bible itself is biblical evidence, all right, of who we are as a people and the indicators that describe this chosen people. All right. It's found in the Bible. So, at the end of the day, it's about faith. And that's why these lessons are for those that believe. And these are not directed at those that believe not. We're not here to debate you, to cram all these fun facts down your throat. Hey, at the end of the day, it's just about faith. But we have biblical evidence to back up our faith. So that's what this lesson is upon. So I'm going to read this one scripture, then I'm going to get 1 Corinthians, and then I'm going to go into what I'm talking about for biblical evidence. Okay, Hebrews 4:1. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, and any of you should seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. You see, so you have, not all Israelites are set up to believe in this. And that's another thing too, is, someone will argue, well, you're saying the blacks, are they, they'll kind of snide or, snicker a scoffing statement. Well, the Bible tells you not all Israel's Israel. Not everyone's set up to believe this. Why? Because you're forgetting the account of faith. Okay, there's a little known fact of faith that's involved in this thing. And Shalom, Yahawashi, bahasham, qadash, barakathum to you brothers on the comment board. Now let's read this real quick to prove my point. This lesson isn't to go out and look for a debating Christian. This is for those that believe. Okay. So this is 1 Corinthians 14 and 22. Wherefore tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not. Prophesying serveth not for them that believe not, but for them which believe. So these lessons are derived around the sincere brothers and sisters that believe. We're not doing these lessons in strife or in spite, hoping for a debate. Okay, this is where we stand. All right, in our truth and our faith. You know, you don't see people walking around and debating someone that believes in, evolution all day. Okay, that's how you know this has to be the truth, because it's constantly in question, constantly in question. Doubts are thrown, opposition is raised. But that's why I started it with, let me read the title again. We have faith backed by biblical evidence. Now that I said all that, okay, I'm going to go right into the biblical evidence, okay, because one would have to, well, this is another thing. There's not a vibration pushed of God's chosen children being an actual nation, okay? They actually push God's chosen, people as everybody. Everybody is, God's chosen people, which that's not true, because when you read Genesis 11, why did who you know as God scatter all the people and give them each a different language? Why did he separate them if now today God, that's what the synopsis is. Christianity is he loves everybody. Well, if he loved everybody, when you go into Genesis 11, it clearly shows you that's not true, because he scattered all the people that were trying to build a tower. And that's just a small example. Now, so then you read the Bible and find out, well, right here, God's chosen people are who are identified as Israel or Israelites. And Israelites are derived from a man named Jacob, whose name got changed to Israel, and he had 12 sons that are identified as Israelites. You see? So when you go into curses that were put upon God's chosen people, okay, that's another thing they don't like to talk about. God's chosen people, all right, have blessings and they have curses, okay? So right now, the people are still under curses, but those same curses is how you identify them in today's time, okay? So let's go right into it. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 45. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee. Speaking about the Israelites, specifically and just the Israelites, not other people, till thou be destroyed. Now destroyed as what? Destroyed as a people, not destroyed to where they're wiped off the planet Earth, because someone will say, well, God's people are done away with. And I'm getting this through the Spirit. If anybody is watching this and having that thought, which is really a demon on their mind, well, let's prove it to you, okay? Let's get two scriptures. I do not want to make this long, but I do have points to make. So someone says, well, God's people are done away with. Ecclesiastes 4 and 16, there is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this is also his vanity and vexation of spirit. What did it just say? There is no end of all the people, okay? Especially the chosen people. Now, one more really, really fast. Let's go to Romans 10, okay? Really quick. This is Romans 10 and 1. It says, you know what? I want 11, actually. Let's go to Romans 11, all right? Let me see what that says. This is Romans 11 and 1. I say then, has God cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin. See? It says, the Most High has not cast away his people, which he foreknew. You had to foreknew. Wote ye not what the scriptures saith of Eliah, how he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel, saying, right, so the point is, it's saying, has the Most High cast away his people? the Most High forbid. You see? So even though it says till thou art destroyed, that doesn't mean destroyed literally as a people. You can be destroyed for what? Lack of knowledge. Okay, you could be well, that's the main one. You're destroyed for lack of knowledge. Hosea 4:6, for my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Why? Because one of their curses was to be smitten with madness. Really quick, the Lord shall, Deuteronomy 28:28, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. These are curses put upon his people, which you can see even to this day. Now, it says, Deuteronomy 28:45, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee, which this is another cut to Christianity. Here it is. Christianity tells you the laws are done away with. Well, guess what? Don't you know one of the reasons the chosen people of Israel are under curses even to this very day is because they didn't listen to the laws and commandments. So that makes you scratch your head and wonder who's are the laws done away with? Well, you not living by the laws made you a cursed people. You see? So, there's certain things that have to go into question when you read it from a biblical standpoint. Now, 46 is the point. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So here it is. The laws are done away with, but the curses on these people for not living according to the laws, those curses shall be upon them forever. So when you weigh these statements in a balance, one doesn't match with the other. It's not an even balance. So that means either this passage is lying, or those that are saying the laws are done away with are lying, which that is true, because the laws are not done away with. The laws endure forever. And really, really quick, let's get that, because I only got about like 4 scriptures that I want to touch on for the biblical evidence, but the Spirit is feeding me with some more precepts, just for any, if you will, I don't want to use the point of argument's sake, but if somebody were to question this, we can answer it easily. This is for you. All right. Somebody says, well, yeah, the laws are done away. Well, listen, this is Baruch. This is Jeremiah, the prophet's understudy and scribe. The book of Baruch, 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law that endureth forever. Okay. The law endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. Right? But if you don't, you're destroyed. But such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take heed of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. You see? So the Bible has all the answers to the questions that the confusion of Christianity brings. You see? So now, we're going into this point. It says, these curses shall be upon thee for a sign. Meaning, when you read these curses, then you'll be able to find a people, and that is how you identify who Israel is today, based off what? The curses or the signs. Now, when you go into etymology or the origin of the word sign, it goes into what you have here, proof. Okay? So we have the proof. If this was a trial and these accusations were brought up into question, then these would be standpoints that we would stand on based off proof and based off evidence. So the curses are proof of who Israel are, or also they are evidence who Israel is today. Now, let's go into the word sign in the Hebrew. Now, when you go down to it, it says sign, which we know sign is proof, or a distinguishing mark, right? Or a banner, okay? A banner, a omen, a warning. But then when you go right down, it goes right here, evidence. So we have biblical evidence. First and foremost, we have faith backed by biblical evidence of who the children of Israel are today, based off curses. Okay, based off the curses alone, we have biblical evidence of who Israel is today. Now let's go into one of the curses. Okay, let's go into one of the curses besides, because that's really my favorite verses to go to, because it gives you in a nutshell what these curses are going to represent in the latter time. and they're going to represent evidence of who Israel is. Okay, because when you read these curses and you understand them for what they are, these curses are set up to destroy us as a people. Okay, and destroy our mind. Okay, we're smitten with madness. The curses literally break up us as a nation. There's an evil eye towards the brother. There's curses of our children getting scattered. There's curses of our household, the family unit being non-existent, single mother households, everything that you see that are characteristics on a very shameful level for so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are found in the Bible as punishments, all right, for the children of Israel for not hearkening to their power. So if 1 and 1 is 2, then what much more do you need? They say, oh, you know, blacks. One of the things I grew up hearing, people looked at me as a so-called black person, right? They, oh well, at least I know who my father is. Well, one of the curses is the man will have an evil eye towards not only his woman but his children. He'll leave his children. Let's get that really fast. Just really fast. This is Deuteronomy 28, all right, right here, and 54. So that man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, black on black crime. When you literally go into this word evil, it means hostile. That's why there's a hostility between, you don't hear Asian on Asian crime. You hear a coined term, black on black crime. Okay, it says towards his brother and toward the wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. You see that? So is that not a common trait of a so-called black man today? Okay, even a Latino or Native American man, where the household, you know, the father's not always in the picture. That's not something you see amongst the Asian community on a high rating number. That's not something you see amongst the so-called white community on a high rating number, and so on, because these curses were not put upon them as a nation of people. Keyword, nation. Remember, the Most High judges his people pertaining to a nation. Really fast, really quick. Deuteronomy 1. I'm just getting the precepts that the Spirit is feeding me. Deuteronomy 1 and 17. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment. You see? So even the Bible lets you know when it comes to judgment, it's not a respecter of persons. You get judged in its entirety as a nation. But ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is the Most High, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. But the point is, ye shall not be a respecter of persons in judgment. Why? Because the Most High is not a respecter of persons in judgment. Now that I said that, let's go to a curse that befall us as a nation. Okay? Deuteronomy 20 and 64. And the Lord, Yahawah shall scatter thee among all people. But once you're scattered, there are signs, evidence, or proof of who you are pertaining to the curses. Okay, even your belief in the Most High is a sign of who you are, a zeal. But what I want to focus on right here is this curse in particular. See, it says we would be scattered among all people. So the chosen people are amongst all people. Let that sink in for a minute. You can't overpass this. You can't just be like, well, when you say, well, it says all man, that's because the Israelites were scattered upon all man. But because of their belief, even though they're amongst all man, when they hear the word, they will remove themselves from all man and turn back to the Lord, because that's how they're designed. So just because it says all man doesn't mean it's every single man, okay? It's a blanketed statement. It's like a fisher when he's throwing his net out, he's just gathering whatever he can get, and then he picks what he wants out of it. You see? And it says that 64 says, scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor their fathers have known, even wood and stone. And right, once you're scattered among all these nations, guess what? Just because You're amongst these people don't mean you're going to rise to the top amongst them. Among these nations, thou shalt find no ease. So, and when they say, when you're like, well, we're in poverty here in America, and these are our curses, and they say, well, the Philippines, well, guess what? Then those people, hey, they could be Israelites as well because they're fitting those curses. See, our people are the ones cursed. We're the ones at the bottom. We're the ones in the ghetto wherever we go. You see? But then at the end of the day, are we going to have a blood test? Are we going to have a genealogy? Are we going to have an ancestry.com? No, but we go by faith. That's why I said by faith first, because when Yahawashi returns, our Lord and Savior, he will separate the sheep from the goat. Do you have other nations that are a low condition? Yes. Yes, you'll have people in a low condition as well, but not to the demographic of when it comes to our people. That's the curses are our culture now. Okay, you could have somebody that may hit rock bottom, all right, but then they can get their way out. Now you'll have some of our people do the same, but in a whole, that's not the case. Okay, in a whole, that's not the case. And it says, among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But Yahawah shall give thee a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life. That is a lifestyle of a chosen nation of people living under curses right now in captivity. Now that I said that, key word that we want to focus on is the scattering. Okay, so now let's go into Romans. Okay, let's fast forward. Let's say, well, I don't want to. Okay, we get that, but listen, we're in the New Testament. Okay, fine, beautiful. Let's go into the New Testament and read some scriptures, and let's mirror them. Okay, mirror or marry them with certain scriptures in the Old Testament. Now, what am I going to go to first? I'm either going to go to Hosea or Isaiah, but let's read it first. Why? Romans 9:24, key word. Remember the scattering. Romans 9:24. Remember the scattering of the curses. The scattering is another sign or proof or evidence of us being Israelites through our zeal, might I add. Romans 9:24, and it reads, even us. This is Apostle Paul speaking, who earlier he told you that he was an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. Keep that in mind. Here it is. This is Apostle Paul of the Gentiles, who is from the tribe of Benjamin, of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? Romans 9, which really you could start at 1. Even us whom he has called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles. Now, why? Well, Jews just represents one tribe, but because of curses, it represents the Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. But what about the other tribes? You see, what about the other tribes that are scattered abroad as well? Now, through scattering, you're going to be amongst these people, being smitten with madness, not knowing who you are as a people. You're going to start identifying amongst the people you're around. That is a curse. So we have evidence to prove this. That's why today I identify as a Native American. Is a Native American a biblical nationality? No. See, we're going off biblical nationalities. I am now identified as a Native American because who I identify as my tribe goes back to Gad, who was once in Assyrian captivity, fled that, which is found in the Bible, and came to what you know as Azareth, all right, which is found in the Bible, which is known as the Americas. And then through murdering, pillaging, robbing, raping, bywording, curses, now we have a made-up name called Native American. Hey, we're speaking biblically. That's the difference. People are trying to fuse modern time with ancient time when ancient time should be modern time. You see? So it says, but also the Gentiles, as he saith also in Hosea. So Paul is quoting something from Hosea. Now let's go to Hosea, which is Hosea. Okay? Let's go to Hosea real quick. This is what you do. You marry or mirror the scriptures, and then you find out why, if Paul is talking about all man, why is he referring to a prophet that was only speaking to Israelites? As he saith also in Hosea, I will call them my people, which are not my people, her beloved, which was not beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living God. So what is he quoting? Hosea 1 and 10. Let's start at 9. Then said the Most High, call his name Lo-Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your God. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. Is he not quoting? It says the sand of the sea. Look at, you see, it's all right here. Okay, it's all right here. So we have evidence through the curses proving who we are with a biblical standpoint. Okay, so right here, the Apostle Paul of the Gentiles. Why is Apostle Paul of the Gentiles quoting a future prophecy that would only be fulfilled through the children of Israel, but he's mentioning Gentiles because of the curses of being scattered among the Gentiles? So he's going to the Gentiles to pull out the children of Israel that were scattered there from the curses. And he's reading the prophecies to let them know, hey, this is you. This is who you are. You are not a Gentile. You are an Israelite. It says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, right here. We are told in America we're black, we're African American, we're Latino American, we're Native American, we're brown, we're Afro American, we're everything but who we are biblically. It says that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it should be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God, the living power. Man, if that's not powerful, we are walking examples of a future prophecy that is being fulfilled. We are now waking up to who we are, okay? We are waking up, and Paul mentioned this. Paul quoted this. Paul was talking about this to Gentiles because Paul was talking to Israelites that were amongst the Gentiles because of curses being scattered amongst the Gentiles. Now let's keep reading though. 27. Now let's go to 27. It says, Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel. So if Paul is talking, he said, to the Jew, but also the Gentile, why is he quoting future prophecies that would only fulfill the nation of Israel? Because when you say Jew, that's not every tribe, that's not the whole nation of Israel. Okay, that's one tribe. And on top of it, you can only classify 3 of them in it because under Jeroboam and Rehoboam, the kingdoms were split of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and then Ephraim, Gad, so on, so on, so on. Okay, only 3 tribes stayed together, which Jew or the Judah being the head. Okay, this is why Jew can represent Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and Ephraim or Joseph can represent the remaining northern tribes. You see? So why is the Apostle Paul the Gentile quoting or speaking to the Gentiles in Rome, might I add, but quoting future prophecies that would only concern Israel because he's only speaking to Israelites amongst the Gentile people? And real quick, let me just prove that really fast. In Micah, it says that Israel will be amongst the Gentiles. You know, through the spirit and power of Yahawashi, once it's been revealed and broken down, it's honestly plain. But when you add that the lies of Christianity, it's confusing. This is Micah 5 and 7, and the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people. Okay, the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as a dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. So it's referring to us as the dew. Okay, so hey, when you see the morning dew, it's on every blade of grass, and you can't even count the blades of grass. Look at this, Micah 5 and 8, and the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles. There you go. Okay, when you actually look and sit down and read it, it says, in the midst of many people. See, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. And guess what? This is a future prophecy. So this is still going on. Jacob is still among the Gentiles. So if Jacob is still among the Gentiles now, going back all the way to Romans 9, Jacob was among the Gentiles then. Okay, so let's keep going. It says Romans 9 and 27, just a couple more. Isaiah also crieth Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea. So wait, if you are a believer in the Bible, then you would say, well, where did Isaiah say this? And who is Isaiah talking about? Well, let's find it. So let's go to Isaiah 48 real quick. Isaiah 48. Paul is referring, then they say the Old Testament is done away with. Then why are men in the New Testament quoting men from the Old Testament? But then you have man telling you it's done away with. Don't believe man, believe Yahawah. This is Isaiah 48 and 19. It says, thy seed also had been as the sand, see, and the offsprings of thy bowels like the gravel thereof. His name should not have been cut off nor destroyed from before me. You see that? So here it is telling you what? That and they say, well, how do you know this is talking about Israel? Go up 17. Thus saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, the Holy One of Israel. You see, I am the Lord thy God, which teacheth thee to profit, which leadeth thee by the way that thou should go. You see? And it's going in, thy seed is as the sand. So Paul is quoting prophets of old that were prophesying what was to befall them in the near and dear future. One more. Isaiah 1 and 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left us unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. So it's telling you right here that you have remnants of Israel that will be left to be redeemed. Hold on, let me just close the window. Okay, so going back, so we read where Paul's quoting from. The number is as the sand of the seed, and a remnant shall be saved. So we read Isaiah 48 and 19 and Isaiah 1 and 9. Okay, so right here, it's showing you, it's a clear indicator. All right, the Bible, we have faith mixed by biblical evidence. And there's other scriptures we could continue to go into. Like I said, I didn't want to make this too long. I just wanted to pretty much hit the points, hit the facts. Okay, so as the title reads, we have faith backed by biblical evidence, and we showed you in the Old Testament, and we mirrored it with the New Testament, and then married it back again with the Old Testament. The apostle of the Gentile was speaking to the Gentile, quoting prophecies in the Old Testament that would only fall on an in particular people. So, hey, the proof is in the pudding. This lesson was to those that believe and not to those that believe not. So, Lord's will, you brothers and few sisters were edified and moved through the Spirit as I was. And I just want to say, call halal, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, baha, rawchaa, qadash. With that being said, shalom.